Ain't no book today. I have a book button though. What's it say? Banned books. Unite. Books unite. Books unite. Bans divide. Freedom to read. New York Public Library line on the thing there. Anyway, no book today. I'm going to talk about a movie or a couple of movies. One is a feature film, and it is about the famous personage of Donald J. Trump. You may have heard of this character, and the movie is really kind of a two-person thing, mostly in that it is called The Apprentice. And many of you know that Donald Trump actually starred in a television program for many years called The Apprentice on television, which was actually pretty much a platform of how he ended up becoming president, because everybody saw him sitting in this big posh chair, being all presidential, being running everything, being the rich guy, the rich man of New York. And this appealed to America out there because we really like our rich people. And so it was about him, and it's about him and how he became the Donald that we know today. And how he became that was through an apprenticeship with Roy Cohn. Now the picture starts in the 70s, I think. Yeah, in the 70s. And Donald was not a self-made man. He was his father was a big developer. His father mostly was a developer in the outer boroughs. There's you can find a song by Woody Guthrie, because apparently Woody Guthrie lived in Trump Village or some sort of Trump place on Coney Island when he was in Brooklyn with his family. And there's a song, I think, about something about Trump and Trump the landlord and so forth. So that was the daddy. And now we have a little junior. And the beginning of the film, he's out somewhere in one of these posh clubs, places I've never been in except if I was an extra in a movie or something. So he's out in a place, big, these supper clubs where these rich people go and sup and hang about. And I think, Cohn sees him across the room, Roy Cohn, and he lures him over to the table and has a conversation with him. Actually, the picture makes it clear that, of course, Roy Cohn was a closeted gay guy, and that really he kind of had Donnie was very much his type, the Donald Trump. So, Sebastian Stan plays Donald Trump, and Jeremy Strong plays Roy Cohn. And so Sebastian Strong does not look like the present day Donald Trump, but the present day Donald Trump does not particularly look like the Donald Trump from 45 years ago, 50 years ago, whenever this was. So I thought he was just fine in the role, and of course Jeremy Strong was pretty great as the ultra slime Roy Cohn, because he can do slime well. He had many years of doing slime on Succession as the the second elder of the brother. Well, the main brother of the one family. Anyway, that's something else. So I thought it was a good movie, and it shows how he became what he is, as I said, and Donnie needed his help in the beginning because his daddy's business was in trouble with the feds because they were discriminating against people of color, black people. And that's is illegal. So they are taking them to court. And in the course of that part of the story, the uses of blackmail appears in the picture. So it's Sunday morning, I think it's just noon maybe, and I'm out in Stuyvesant Park. There's a church right over there, and it's a beautiful indigenous summer day, and you know, New York has been having lovely, lovely weather, and New York is a great city, and you know, it's New York is the city that made Donald Trump, and how he was made is partly revealed in this movie, and it shows how you know, big-time capitalism works, and developments, and the maneuvering that takes place, the deals that go on. So yeah, it was really good. The movie was written by yeah, see, now I forgot his name. Gabriel something or other. I looked it up right before. But I don't have my phone. It's on my phone, which is in my camera. So yeah, the film was written by the same man who wrote The Loudest Voice, which was a Showtime series about Roger Ailes. So he kind of knew the terrain of what this was all about, you know, from that. So, you know, he does a great job. I thought it was really good. And, you know, we have some of the other characters show up. Another acolyte of Cohn is Roger Stone, another weirdo. And so Roger Stone, and somewhat of a sexual adventurer himself, in that Roger Stone was, I think he showed up on a swinger site or something some 15, 20 years ago. At any rate, that's nothing, not that there's anything wrong with that. But, you know, Donald Trump, in the opposite, is very straight-laced in a way. You know, he's not drinking, he's not taking the drugs, he's not doing all this stuff. But from Cohen, he learns how to do all these maneuverings and how to play the game. What happens with the housing case is that Cohen knows all these people, see, because Cohen was the son of a judge. So he's all enmeshed with all these people. He's a very hustling kid. And we get the backstory of Cohn in the beginning, including his execution of Ethel Rosenberg. There was, you know, no real evidence of Ethel Rosenberg involved with the Rosenberg, with the atomic bomb secret spy case, but. Cohn wanted her dead. He wanted this other Jewish woman. He wanted her dead, and even though they had 2 children, and which brings me to mention the companion piece with this other movie that I watched, which is a documentary that is on HBO Max called Coward Victim Bully. Coward Victim Bully, I think it's Coward Victim Bully. A really good documentary from a couple years ago. That, ironically, talk about revenge. There's certain couple of aspects here that of entertainment product revenge that is kind of really cool, I like to point out. One is that Ivy Rosenberg, the granddaughter of Ethel and Julius Rosenberg, made this documentary about Roy Cohn. Documentary that lays him out as to what he was. You know, this creep. You know, this man who never paid taxes and talked about how what an honored American he. One thing that it was an odd fact. What trait does Ralph Nader and Roy Cohn, what trait did they share all through their lives? I'm ready. Do you have the answer yet? Okay. What it is Roy Cohn never had a credit card. And Ralph Nader never had a credit card. Now, for different reasons, they avoid the system, but Roy Cohn was one of these guys who didn't want to pay his taxes. His income was always secret. He used the maneuvers of having the company pay for everything as his law firm, so he didn't really have an income. They owned the car, they owned the Bentley, they owned the da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So that's how he got through, and ultimately I think they seized all his stuff when he finally died. John Waters is interviewed in the documentary, and he is talking about in the late 70s, or sometime in the 70s, when Roy Cohn would go up to Provincetown and partake the summer scene in Provincetown, you know, with everybody else. Big, notorious, famous gay scene there in the summer in Provincetown. So. And apparently he would have, you know, lots of rent boys and so forth. All this is, you know, supposedly, you know, in the closet. Anyway, as far as the general public goes, I mean, he denied that he had AIDS, even, you know, in an interview with like Mike Wallace or somebody that they show also in the documentary. You know, when he was like dying, you know, I got liver cancer. You know, he could not come out of the closet. He's just, you know, anyway. So he John Waters talks about how Cohn would show up at this one particular restaurant, and John Waters asked the staff, like, how can you stand to serve this guy? You know, he couldn't stand him. He said, and the staff said, oh, we just spit in his food. And John Waters says, well, I would have done something worse than that. So that was kind of a fun part of the little movie there. So it's a really good movie, and worth checking out. I would say, you know, if you're going to watch one or the other, you know, well, you can. I think it's good to watch both, but maybe if you wanted to watch just the documentary, is probably more, you know, loaded with just the facts of everything that has gone on. I mean, talked about the Army McCarthy hearings and the relationship with Senator McCarthy and all that stuff that is in the Coward Victim Bully movie. So yeah, it was really quite good, and I think it's worthwhile to watch the companion piece of Coward Victim Bully, Victim Coward, whatever. I'll put the link in the bottom, and you know, see the Apprentice when you get a chance, because it's you know, it's really kind of good, and really does give a good picture of what. You know, how these things happen, how capitalism really works, and how, you know, who does rise, you know, people with an advantage who can work the system. I mean, you can start out with the advantage and still kind of not, you know, do what this guy did, well, not become president, of course, but you know, if you learn how to work the system, and you know, it starts, you know, it goes into his celebrity a little bit, how he's gaining celebrity and so forth. It is staged it's all shot in New York, of course, and you know, it's really actually the house that Roy Cohn lives in the movie. They shoot a picture of the exterior, and I know I've seen this house out in my walks. I think it's in the West Village, and you know, he didn't really live there. He lived in a different place, which you can see in the documentary. So anyway, I think that's about what I have to say about The Apprentice. I really thought it was good. You know, it was, you know, it's, you know, biopics. Okay, you know, if I'm, I really don't like biopics. I don't take this as a biopic, really. It's a slice of a life, and since it is the who it is, I mean, you know, you can pull out whatever you want. Oh, one of the other thing about this that I thought was cool about the production, in that. You know, Ivy Meeropol doing the documentary. Also, The Apprentice itself was apparently financed by a super rich, you know, billionaire Trumpy guy, and he thought it was a positive Trump movie, and they got this instead, which is not, you know, horribly negative, but it's just, you know, it shows what it is. I don't think it's particularly horribly negative. It's just the facts, ma'am, and you can decide for yourself. I wonder if that squirrel's gonna walk over to my camera there. There's some mommy and her kids here walking around, and the kids yelling a lot. You can hear him yell. So I think I'll close it out now, and next I'm looking into some things about Manhattan, and like I'm in Stuyvesant Park. I'll be talking about Peter Stuyvesant next, probably, who was governor of New York during the kind of brief Dutch period before it was taken over by the British. So thanks for watching.